Right, so we're going to do sort of a combination, quite a lot of mobility and some core stuff, our usual exercises. So let's start warming up, rolling the shoulders, loosening up, trying to get warm in this cold weather. Breathing out, yeah. Nice, and arms out to the side, rolling those shoulders. Loosening off the rotator cuff, breathing out. Nice. And then big circles, moving the arms forward in big circles. That's it. Taking the arms forward. It's easier to go forward in this position, just because taking them back, you end up arching the back. If we go back, we'll do one arm at a time. So rather come forward. That's it. Nice. Okay, let's go into our cactus and then a roll down. So you're going to stand up nice and tall, take a big deep breath in and breathing out. You want to squeeze those elbows into your waist, spread those fingers, lifting up your chest. Breathing in, arms up, and breathing out as you stretch forward. If you need to bend your knees, you can. I want a nice flat back. So have your arms in line with your head. Look at me. Look at me. Have your arms here in front of you, stretch, that's it. And then folding down. And on a breath out, curling up one vertebra at a time, all the way up. Let the arms just hang and coming up into standing. Nice, let's go for two more, breathing in and out. Lifting up that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades down, breathing in, arms up. And breathing out as you reach forward. Send your hips back, nice flat back. Keep your arms in line with your head. That's it, much better. And folding down. And curling up. Tucking under at the vertebra. Stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. Leave your arms hanging down to the floor. And curling up all the way. Nice. Let's go for one more. Breathing in. And out. Lift up that chest. Breathing in, arms up. And breathing out, reach forward, stretch. And folding down. Nice. Walk your hands out a little bit. We're going to come into a downward dog. So from here, have your hands at the one end, feet at the other end, and a little triangle. So go into a downward dog. Walk your feet back a little bit. That's it. And think of pushing your chest between your shoulders, sticking that bottom up to the ceiling. And dropping those heels down to the floor and then lifting the heels up. So you're going to lift those heels up and down. Breathing out, stretch. Nice. Let's go for two more. One. And dropping down onto the floor. We're going to stay on your knees. You're going to put your left leg in front. Hands on the floor. Make sure you're directly over your ankles. Slide the back leg back. So make sure it's nice and far back. And you're going to roll those hips side to side. Have that back leg as far back as you can manage, a little bit more. So you get a nice stretch. That's it, on your hip flexor. Nice, perfect. Now from hips back, straightening that front knee, dig that heel in, stretch, and coming forward. Breathing out, sending those hips back, digging that heel in, stretching forward and back. Think of sliding and gliding those tissues. We're going for 5. We got 2 more. Nice, last one. Very good. Let's change legs. Right leg in front, hands on the floor. Make sure your knees over your ankle. Lean forward onto that front leg. Send your back leg back as far as you can manage. And let's roll those hips side to side. Nice. Very good. And then sending your hips back, straightening that front knee. Make sure you get it dead straight and coming forward. Forward and back. Really make sure that leg goes straight. Knee dead straight, straighten it. That's it. Move your hands as much as you need to so you can get that knee straight. And pick your toes up. Stretch that hammy. Nice. Coming onto your hands and knees. So from here, hands directly under your shoulders, knees right under your hips, tuck your toes under. We're going to lift and hover. Tummy pulled in. Hello, Lulu. Hello. All right, from here, we're going to lift up the knees and hold for 5. Let's go. Breathing out to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 4 more. Breathing out to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Make sure your toes are tucked under at the back, so you're on your toes. So you're not on pointed feet. That's it. 3 more. Breathing out to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 2 more. Shoulders down, tummy in. 5, 4, 2, 1, and down. And last one. 5, 4, 2, 1, and down. Very nice. Now open your knees, feet together. Let's go back into a child's pose. Stretching out your back. That's it. Nice. All right, coming onto your knees facing me. You're going to stand your left leg, take your right leg out to the side. Have that arm on the floor. So from here, you're literally just dropping it down to the side. It must be in line with your knee and your foot. And you're going to reach over. That's it. Have your hand quite far away from you. You can see mine's quite far away, so you can really lean on it. And stretch over. Have that arm right over your head. There we go. Now hold that arm there. Don't move the arm. Rotate shoulders down and back to facing me. That's it. So the only thing you're moving is your body. Good job. Keep that arm there. 2 more. Last one. Taking that arm to above your head. We're going to lift this leg up and down for 10. Breathing out. 2. Tummy pulled in. 3. Pull that belly button in as you lift. We've got 5. 4. You okay? Oh. Okay, 3. I'm going to finish. 2. 1. And coming up. Right, other side. So on your right knee, left leg out to the side. Hand on the floor, so remember quite far away, so make sure you change sides. So changing sides, hey? And reach over. That's it. I'm sure you just did that side. Okay, then we're going to rotate the shoulders down and breathing out. Nice. That's it. Keeping that arm above the head, stretching. Lulu, come out the way. Good girl. 1 more. Arm up. Tummy pulled in. Let's lift this leg up and down for 10. That's it. Controlling it down. Beautiful. 5. Shoulders away from the ears. 4. 3. 2. 1. And relax it down. Well done. Okay, coming onto your back. Let's keep going with mobilizing. Feet nice and wide like your mat. Arms out to the side. We're going to roll those knees side to side. Breathing out. That's it. So you wanted the leg that's going to the top. I want you to really squeeze your bottom. Try and take those knees all the way side to side. That's it. Let's go for 2 more. 1. Very nice. Now holding it here, arms up to the ceiling. Your feet stay wide. Palms facing each other. I want your knees a little bit open, and we're going to push those hips up and down. So still pull that belly button in towards your spine. Breathing out as you lift. You want to get that posterior tilt tummy in. That's it. Let's go. Squeeze that bum. Squeeze your tummy. Have your feet quite close to your bottom. 5 more. 4. 2. 1. Beautiful. Hands on the floor. Lift those feet up into tabletop. Have your knees over your hips, but if your back is uncomfortable, pull the knees in a little bit. We're going to go to our leg swaps, hinging from the hip. Tap down and up. That's it. Make sure it's just from the hip. Keep that coccyx pulled in towards your nose. Breathing in and out. Keep that connection. Beautiful. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hug those knees into your chest. Nice. Now hold your right knee in at your chest. Clasp your right knee. Stretch that left leg out. All the way along the floor. Beautiful. Have your left arm out to the side, palm up, and pull that knee open away from the midline. So you're opening up those hips. So don't pull it across you yet. Pull the knee open out to the side. That's it. Now you're going to bring it back to the middle, change arms, and pull that knee across to the other side, stretching out that low back. Breathing out, that's it. Have your arm out to the side, and you want to try and keep those shoulders flat. Very nice. Coming back into the middle, let's change sides. Left knee in, right leg stretched out. Now we're going to pull that knee away from the midline, open up those hips. Very nice, and now pulling it back into the middle, change hands, and stretching out to the side. Crossing it over, stretching out your low back. You want to try and have your knee touching the floor, and breathing out. Very nice. All right, coming back into the middle. We're going to take those legs into a leg swap position. Tummy pulled in. Hands behind your head. You're going to do a leg swap and twist to your opposite knee. So it's kind of like an oblique leg swap. Back down and changing sides. That's it. So you're twisting to the knee that stays there. The other leg, you're doing a leg swap. So we're tapping it down to the floor. Breathing out. That's it. Just hinging from the hip. And twist shoulder to knee. Let's go for 4 more. 3, nice work. 2. Last 1. Placing those feet down on the floor, hands on your thighs. We're going to do a crunch. From here, hands on your thighs. If your neck gets sore, you can put your hands behind your head to support it. You're going to breathe out. As you breathe out, pull that tummy in, tuck your chin in, and slide those hands to the top of your knees. Crunch and sliding down. Try and crunch as high as you can. We're going for 10. Breathing out, crunch, nice, and down. Really get those abs working. Good job, very slow. Nice, we've got 5 more. Breathing out, tummy pulled in. Crunch up as high as you can. Great job. and down. 3 more. That's it. 2. Nice. And last one. Very good. Right, let's come and lie on your side facing me. Knees up in front of you, feet down along in line with your knees, so you're sitting on a chair. You're going to lift those feet up. We're going to go into our clam. So tummy pulled in. Let's go. Open and close those knees. Keep those hips facing forward. Try not to let it roll back, so you just squeeze. That's it. Breathing out. We've got 10 more. Tummy pulled in with every breath. Open and close those knees. Lift your feet. That's it. Don't let your feet drop. 5 more. 4. 3. Whew. Last one. Relax those feet down. Very nice. Now holding it this side, either you got your arms in front of you, both of them together, and we're going to open the shoulders up and come back. What you can do is take your underneath hand and hold your top knee. So hook that hand in your top knee so that when you open, it gives you something to pull again. So you want to keep those knees facing forward. That's it. We're going for 5. Breathing out as you open those shoulders up to the ceiling. Loosening off your thoracic spine. Great job. Nice. We've got 2 more. That's it. Last one. Very nice. Let's change sides. Okay, so lying on your other side, you're going to have your knees in line with hips, feet in line with knees, like you're sitting on a chair. That's it. Lift your feet. Make sure your abs are connected. We're going to do our clam first. So breathing out, open and close those knees. That's it. Keep those hips facing forward, feet off the ground. Every time you breathe out, pull that tummy in. That's it. Let's go for 10. All the way, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, so close. 2, 1. Nice work. Relax those feet down. Now you're going to take your underneath arm, grip it in your top leg, arm out in front of you. We open and close. So really pull against your leg, opening up those shoulders. And breathing out. Nice. That's it. 2 more. Perfect. Last one. That's it. All right. From here, we're going to come into lying on our stomach. I want you to have your feet quite nice and wide apart. And you're going to roll those heels in towards each other. Arms out to the side, forehead on the mat, arms out in line with your shoulders. I want you to make sure you're pulling your tummy in, so squeeze your bottom, and you see how my low back flattens out, and I can slide my hands under my hip bones. This stays dead still. Shoulders down and back. We're going to lift your arms up off the floor 10 times. Now, as you lift, try and make sure your arms don't go down, that they stay in line with your shoulders. Shoulders down and back, tummy in. Don't arch here. 4 more. 3. Very nice. Now turn those thumbs up towards the ceiling. Keep going. Tummy in. You want to really squeeze between those shoulder blades. 5, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming up onto your hands and knees. Let's just stretch out that low back again, go into a child's pose. That's it, well done. All right, coming onto your knees, we're going to finish off with a little quads exercise before we stretch the last bit. So we've done this before. Arms out in front of you, body in a nice straight line. Tummy pulled in, squeeze. You're going to lean back as far as you feel comfortable, keeping your body in a straight line, and then push forward from the hips. That's perfect. Breathing in. What you don't want is you don't want to bring your shoulders forward first. Breathing in. That's it. Pull those shoulder blades down and back. Tummy connected the whole time. Leaning back. Working the quads. Let's go for 5 more. Nice. 4. Beautiful. 3. 2. Almost done. Last 1. Very nice. Coming onto your hands and knees. From here, we're going to stretch your left leg out behind you. Take your right hand behind your ear. We're going to tuck knee to elbow and stretch it out. Make sure you don't arch your back. So when you bring your knee in, you want to round your back and then lengthen. Tummy pulled in, you're going for 10. That's it. When you open up, open that elbow up so you get a little bit of extension in your upper back. Let's go for 4 more. 3. 2. Last 1. Stretch it away. Very nice. Other side. So with this elbow, make sure when you've tucked in, when you stretch it out, I want you to lift that elbow up so you get a little bit of extension in your upper back. Okay, that's it. Let's go for 10. Tummy in. Breathing out as you stretch. 4 more. Lengthen that leg away. 3. Nice. Opening up. 2. Last 1. Beautiful job. Well done. That's amazing. Right. Coming up into sitting. Let's finish our stretches in sitting. So we're going to sit cross-legged, my favorite stretch. Take your hand, we're going to do both sides, so whichever hand. You're going to take your hand down to the floor without lifting up that opposite hip. So take the hand down, throw it down, and if you can get that elbow down without lifting up that side. If it's your hand, that's perfect. I want you to push your hand into the floor so you send yourself back towards this opposite hip. And then breathing out and stretch. So make sure you're not crunching there. You want to push yourself back towards this opposite side. Nice, and coming up. Let's change sides. So I've got my left hand down. I'm going to take my left elbow down. Make sure you push your elbow or your hand into the floor to push you back to that right side. And stretch. So you're opening up your side. That's it. Breathing out, reach. And coming up. Perfect. Arms out straight to your side. We're going to do our windmill. It's fine if if one leg's straight or both legs straight, up to you. I'm going to show you from here. So from here, you're going to take your hands round in a windmill. Place your hand on the back of this knee, even if it's straight, that's fine. Hand on the floor, and you're going to twist. Do it with me. That's it. So twisting. So your arms start like this. You windmill round. Place this hand on the back of your opposite knee. Here. And then let's change. Breathing out, lifting up. It doesn't matter if your legs are straight, but then I want your feet apart so you can push against that leg. And change. Let's go for one more. Breathing out. Other side. Very nice. Have your legs in front of you. Just have a little stretch forward. Let's reach towards the toes. If you get to your calves, your shins, doesn't matter. And just relax your head down. Really drop the head. It's the dropping the head that really gets that stretch. Very nice. Last one, coming into lying on your back, arms out straight. You're going to take your one leg across towards the foot and then coming back and rolling to the other side. Take that foot towards your hand and back, alternating sides. We're going for 5 each side, so 10 in total. That's it, beautiful. Breathing out, we've got 2 more each side. Stretch. That's it, last one each side. Really getting the body moving. Nice job. Hug those knees into your chest. Release that low back. Now, while you're lying in this position, hold your knees here. Roll your head on the floor to look over your one shoulder and over the other side. Breathing out. Let that head really go heavy. Nice. One more each side. And coming up. Fantastic job. Well done. Thank you so much.